Welcome to the 45th Founders' Day celebrations of Good Shepherd International School. The chief guest this evening is Dr. S. Narayan, IAS, retired. Dr. S. Narayan has to his credit nearly 4 decades of public service in the state and central governments in development administration. He is currently a member of Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu's Economic Advisory Committee. We begin this evening's program with a school prayer led by the girls' school captain, Mangalam Karupaiya.
Let us pray. O dear Good Shepherd, make our school a home away from our home. Make us always feel that we all belong to a family and that the teachers are like our parents. We believe that you speak through them when we listen to them. Give more wisdom to all concerned with us so that they may guide us always on the right path. Make us know your presence and power by rewarding and punishing us. Let us not become proud when we are rewarded, and let us not become humiliated when you punish us for our mistakes. Give us enough strength to forget and forgive as you forgive us our sins. We thank you for the showers of blessings on this school, for its growth and progress into a big and a good school. Give us everything to make our lives in the school a happy one. This we ask for your love's sake. Amen.
The school choir will now sing the school song, Hail Good Shepherd, our alma mater. The school choir will lead the school in prayer with the school prayer song, The Lord's My Shepherd.
Lord's my shepherd.
This evening's program begins with a performance by the Symphony Orchestra. The Symphony Orchestra will present Paul Murtha's take on Meghan Trainor's smash hit, All About That Bass. It creates a catchy melody, a strong rhythmic pulse, hand claps, fun instrumental effects, and a hint of doo-wop. Arranged here in an easy setting for young players with no solos, this solid arrangement gives the bassline instruments particular prominence, with every section of the band playing melody. All About That Bass by the Symphony Orchestra. Students of the middle school will now dance to a popular composition in Kannada composed by the saint composer Purandaradasa. The dance is choreographed in the Bharatanatyam style. In the composition, also known as the Kirtana, Purandaradasa reverentially invites Goddess Lakshmi, goddess of wealth, to his home in evocative verse. This song is often played when a new bride steps into her new home for the first time after wedding. In the performance, you will see the dancers invite the smiling goddess Lakshmi, clothed finely in silks and bedecked with jewels. Her beautiful feet create music with the jingling anklets, and her hands offer infinite wealth. Bhagyada Lakshmi Barama by students of the middle school.
ಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ, ಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ, ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮನಿ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ, ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮನಿ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ, ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮನಿ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ, ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮನಿ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ. ಹೆಜ್ಜೆಯ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೆಜ್ಜೆಯ ನಿಕ್ಕುತ ಹೆಜ್ಜೆ ಕಾಲ್ಗಳ ಧ್ವನಿಯ ಮಾಡುತ್ತ, ಹೆಜ್ಜೆಯ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೆಜ್ಜೆಯ ನಿಕ್ಕುತ ಹೆಜ್ಜೆ ಕಾಲ್ಗಳ ಧ್ವನಿಯ ಮಾಡುತ್ತ, ಸಜ್ಜನ ಸಾಧು ಪೂಜೆಯ ಬೇಳೆಗೆ ಮಜ್ಜಿಗೆಯೊಳಗಿನ ಬೆಣ್ಣೆಯಂತೆ ಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ, ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮನಿ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ. ಸಕ್ಕರೆ ತೂಪದ ಕಾಲುವೆ ಹರಿಸಿ ಶುಕ್ರವಾರದ ಪೂಜೆಯ ವೇಳೆಗೆ ಅಕ್ಕರೆಯುಳ್ಳ ಅಲಗಿರಿ ರಂಗನ ಚೊಕ್ಕ ಪುರಂದರ ವಿಠಲನ ರಾಣಿ ಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ, ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮನಿ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ.
Whisper is a song written and composed by Greg Gilpin, a recipient of the American Society of Composers, Authors and Publishers Award. Popular as a conductor for choral festivals, district and state choirs, Whisper is one of his songs famous for its energetic rhythm. Whisper by the Primary School Choir.
Whisper something to you, whisper, whisper something now. I need to whisper something to you, whisper, whisper something now. I need to whisper something to you, whisper, whisper something now. I need to whisper something to you, whisper, whisper something now. Nobody hear me, I must whisper. Nobody hear me, I must whisper. Nobody hear me, I must whisper. Shh, whisper. Come a bit closer, while I whisper, I must whisper in your ear. Come a bit closer, while I whisper, I must whisper in your ear. Come a bit closer, while I whisper, I must whisper in your ear. Come a bit closer, while I whisper, I must whisper in your ear. Just a little louder, can you hear me? Louder, please. Can you hear me? Please a little louder. Quiet. Shh. Just a little louder. Can you hear me? Louder, please. Can you hear me? Please a little louder. Quiet. Shh. Whisper. I need
We will now listen to the guitar ensemble's performance of the famous Beatles number, While My Guitar Gently Weeps. While My Guitar Gently Weeps is a song by the English rock band The Beatles from their 1968 album, The Beatles, also known as the White Album. It was written by George Harrison, the band's lead guitarist. The song serves as a comment on the disharmony within the Beatles following their return from studying transcendental meditation in India in 1968. The song received praise from several music critics, and it has since been recognized as an example of Harrison's maturing as a songwriter beside his Beatles bandmates John Lennon and Paul McCartney. Presenting to you While My Guitar Gently Weeps by the Guitar Ensemble.
The middle school choir will now be presenting a medley of two songs, Memories by Maroon 5 and Karma Chameleon by Culture Club. Memories is a single by the music group Maroon 5 from their 7th studio album. The song reflects on a variety of aspects of life that we try to hold close to us every day. The song cherishes the memories of the ones who have left us and this world along our journey. It also salutes the ones who are still here with us and who will be with us through this journey of life. Memories will be followed by Karma Chameleon by Culture Club, which featured on the group's 1983 album Color by Numbers. The record stayed at number 1 for 6 weeks and became UK's biggest selling single of the year 1983. The single sold over 5 million copies globally. The Middle School Choir.
Cheers to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not. 'Cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost on the way. 'Cause the drinks bring back all the memories, and the memories bring back you. There's a time that I remember when I did not know no pain, when I believed in forever, everything would stay the same. Now my heart felt like December when somebody say your name, 'cause I can't reach out to call you, but I know I will one day. Yeah, everybody hurts sometimes, everybody hurts someday. Hey, hey, everything will be alright. Go and raise the glass and say, hey, here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not. 'Cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost on the way. 'Cause the drinks bring back all the memories, and the memories bring back. Every day is like survival. You're my body, not my rival. Every day is like survival. You're my body, not my rival. I'm a man without conviction. I'm a man who doesn't know how to sell a contradiction. You come and go, you come and go. Come, chameleon. You come and go, you come and go. Loving me is if you comes like my dream. Red, gold, and green. Red, gold, and green. Come, chameleon. You come and go. You come and go. Loving with me is if you comes like my dreams. Red, gold, and green. Red, gold, and green. Come, chameleon. You come and go. You come and go. Loving with me is if you comes like my dreams. Red, gold, and green. Red, gold, and green.
The welcome address will be delivered by Mr. Jacob Thomas, President, Good Shepherd International School.
Good morning to one and all of you. It is truly an honor to welcome you to the 45th Founders Day of the Good Shepherd International School. A very warm welcome to our esteemed chief guest, Dr. S. Narayan, former Union Finance and Economic Affairs Secretary, and Secretary in the Departments of Revenue, Petroleum, and Industrial Development. Thank you, sir, for gracing us with your presence today. Welcome to our members of the Board of Governors. I thank you for your continued support and good wishes. Welcome to our co-founder and Senior Vice President, Mrs. Elthama Thomas, and to our principal, Mrs. Sheila Alexander, to our students, staff, and all of you who are able to join us today from around the world. It is truly an honor and a privilege to introduce our chief guest for our Founders Day this year. With nearly 4 decades in public service and a career steeped in education, Dr. S. Narayan obtained his PhD from the Indian Institute of Technology in New Delhi. He has an MPhil in Development Economics from the Cambridge University and a Master's of Business Management in Finance from the University of Adelaide. He graduated with an MSc in Physics from the Madras Christian College. He is a graduate of the Indian Administrative Services, batch of 1965, and has held a number of eminent positions over his illustrious career in public service in both state and central governments. In development administration, and also notably served as the economic advisor to the Prime Minister, Sri Atal Bihari Vajpayee, in 2003 and 2004. Before this assignment, Dr. S. Narayan served the Government of India as the Finance and Economic Affairs Secretary and Secretary in the Departments of Revenue, Petroleum, Coal, and Industrial Development. His special interests include public finance, energy policy, governance issues, and international trade. He belongs to the Tamil Nadu cadre of IAS and has held several positions, including District Collector, Secretary Planning, Development, and several years in rural development, working closely with the political establishment. He has been the visiting Senior Research Fellow at the Institute of South Asian Studies, National University of Singapore since 2005, which includes teaching and pedagogical responsibilities. The subjects he specializes in includes public finance and policy and energy economics. He is a proponent of the Dravidian brand of politics and is the author of the Dravidian Years, Politics and Welfare in Tamil Nadu, a book that traces the journey of the AIADMK and the DMK governments in Tamil Nadu. Dr. Narayan currently serves as a member of the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister's Economic Advisory Committee, along with an elite team of cohorts that includes Dr. Raghuram Rajan and Dr. Arvind Subramanian. We are so fortunate, sir, to have you associated with GSIS and look forward to collaborating with you and to learn from your rich experiences to shape the future of our institution and influence the many initiatives we have planned. It has certainly been a challenging year since the pandemic began, and I am so grateful for the outstanding efforts of the GSIS team, for their fortitude and unrelenting commitment to the well-being of our students and community. As we work towards broader acceptance of the realities and changes that COVID has brought about, across the world and in all walks of life, we need to move on and learn to thrive again. As much as we have become accustomed to the virtual platform for so many things in our lives, I was looking forward to welcoming the parents of the school and our well-wishers to our campus for this year's Founders Day, and to honor the memory of our dear co-founder and my late father, Dr. P.C. Thomas. I am hopeful we can do that for our Sports Day in April next year. I wish all your families a safe and fruitful rest of the year and a holiday season. Thank you, and may the Good Shepherd bless us always.
The chief guest, Dr. S. Narayan, IAS, will now address the school.
Mrs. Elthama Thomas, co-founder and vice president. Mr. Jacob Thomas, president. Mrs. Sarah Jacob, senior vice president. Mrs. Sheila Alexander, principal. Academic council members, parents, staff, and students. I deem it a very great privilege to have been invited. On the Founders Day event, Dr. P.C. Thomas was a visionary in that he established this school as early as 1977 on principles which are very, very different from the principles that were in place in schools at that particular point of time. This school has envisioned a much broader area and idea of learning and education rather than mere curriculum following. The nature of extracurricular activities that are included in this school compare well with a lot of international schools in England, in Europe, and in the United States. And it has been the vision of the founder to make sure that these facilities were available to students at this time. The choice of the syllabus, as well as the choice of the following of the Cambridge School examination as well as ICSE examination curriculum, has also been envisioned as an opportunity for the students to seek their fortunes not just in India, but also in terms of their opportunities internationally. It has also provided a forum for international students to come here and to take advantage of the facilities that are offered in this school. However one looks at it, this is a very, very unique institution, an example of what is the best that can be offered in terms of school atmosphere, in terms of school curriculum, as well as in terms of school activities. And it is no doubt that this school has been able to garner some of the best awards, not just in India, but even internationally over the years. Looking at the scenario of education currently, we can look at it from 2 points of view. One is the short term and one is the medium and long term. In the short term, in the last 2 years, because of the COVID epidemic, students have been denied opportunities of studying in schools, denied opportunities of teacher interface, and denied opportunities of practicing in terms of all their science subjects. Therefore, distance learning has been but a poor substitute to learning within the campus, which has its attendant benefits of all the extracurricular activities as well as social interfaces that the atmosphere of the school can bring. Quite apart from that, the real question that remains is, has the distance learning been able to impart the kind of knowledge as well as skills which direct learning would have done? This is a question which needs to be addressed as soon as the children come back to school. Have they slipped behind? Have they actually been able to catch up on what they should be doing? Will they be able to compete at the level at which they are in today as compared to what the level they were in 2 years ago? This may require some special attention to find some opportunities of bridging gaps in learning that might have occurred during the course of the last 2 years. There are many opportunities and initiatives for this. Some of the schools, some of the states, and indeed a lot of the countries are trying to adopt a bridging curriculum whereby they encourage students who have fallen behind in the course of this distance education to catch up to their levels by extra time spent in tuition, extra time spent in post-school activities where students are helped to come back to the level which they should have come. This is a short term. Looking much longer at the longer term, the problems are very different. What is the kind of education that will today prepare children for the future in terms of skills, livelihood opportunities, as well as social opportunities? It's a very difficult question to answer because the things are changing so rapidly all over the world. Compared to even 20 or 30 years ago, there are no guarantees for lifetime employment because technology is changing, digital opportunities are changing, and the entire economic as well as social atmosphere is changing so rapidly that what was relevant even 10 years ago is no longer relevant today, whether in the field of manufacturing or in the field of services. Therefore, it is important to understand that learning for these children is going to be a continuous process whereby every 3 to 5 years they will have to relearn, reskill, and come back onto a different technological platform. It's very important that the curriculum prepares them to be nimble, to be able to adapt, to be able to acquire skills as they go on in life, because learning, unlike in our generation, especially in my generation, learning is not a fixed process. It's not a process of going through a college or a university, acquiring skills and using that skills for the rest of the life to earn a livelihood. This is not going to happen. What is going to be required is that they should be reskill themselves periodically every 3 to 5 years. And what are the kind of skills that they require? It's very difficult again to prophesy. Today, the skills that are required are digital skills, are artificial intelligence skills, are skills for manufacturing which rely much more on automation and on computed mathematics rather than earlier. Today, the skills that are required are management of data. The skills that are required are those which are required for manufacturing in the next 100 years, for the services and for IT technology for the next 20 years. We have to bear in mind and gradually introduce, at least at the higher school levels, ideas which will be useful for them when they go out into the market. We must also understand that it is much easier for a school to be flexible and impart these alternatives rather than at the college or the university level, where programs and syllabuses are much more rigid, much more fixed, and much more determined by what happens in the local environment. So I would suggest that this is a great opportunity for the school to look at, I would call it, modern opportunities in education which would enhance the capabilities of the school students. At the same time, the strengths of the school arise from the capabilities of making them a social as well as an all-rounded personality. This is wonderful. Especially the concept of the finishing school, which prepares these children for life in society, is an opportunity that is not available in very many schools in the country and hardly any in Tamil Nadu. We should enhance this and to make sure that the children that come out really become unique as contributors to society, to social causes, to the environment, to preserving the environment as we would have liked it to be, and to be socially conscious all the time, as well as socially relevant and economically relevant wherever they go. There are, as I said, there are many, many advantages that this school has over the others, and therefore I really consider it once more a great privilege and an honor to be here and to be a part of this environment, this school, and this excellent set of leaders and teachers that have made this school today what it is. Thank you very much.
Students of Good Shepherd International School will now present a fusion dance. The forms of dance chosen for this innovative exercise include Kathak and hip hop. Fusion dancing involves creating a new dance style, combining existing styles with the aim to create a new aesthetic. It is a very difficult task to properly fuse two forms of dance that have very different histories and offer aesthetic experiences of a diametrically opposite nature. Kathak is one of the 8 major forms of Indian classical dance. The term Kathak is derived from the Vedic Sanskrit term Katha, which means story, and Kathakar, which means the one who tells a story. Found in 3 distinct forms called gharanas, named after the cities where Kathak evolved, Jaipur, Banaras, and Lucknow, Kathak accords pride of place to foot movements, facial expressions, and graceful hand movements. On the other hand, hip-hop evolved as a street dance and was nurtured by the numerous dance crews of the United States. Hip-hop incorporates elements of popping, locking, breaking, jazz, ballet, tap dance, and other styles. In the performance you're about to witness, dancers will showcase their dancing prowess to unfamiliar music. The performance begins with an invocation to Lord Ganesha, remover of evils, and is followed by the typical Kathak Tarana.
स्तुताय कहाँ चला मैं हे गणराय तेरे बिना मैं आदि स्तुताय कहाँ चला मैं आकार लेने लगा ख्वाब मेरा साकार होते रुका ख्वाब मेरा मेरे अधूरे ख्वाब सनी निरा दबा कर दे तू पूरे आज सानी दा पानी दा पामा सगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमगमग
The percussion ensemble of Good Shepherd International School will present Zun Zun, a piece of upbeat Cuban style of music. Characterized by a lively dance beat, Zun Zun is based on the song Sun Sun Babe, which was written by Rogelio Martinez in 1952. An all-time favorite of salsa artists, Zun Zun in today's performance will feature several Latin percussion instruments like congas, bongos, maracas, claves, gyros, cowbells, and timbales, and shall create rhythms of interlocking patterns. Zun Zun by the percussion ensemble of Good Shepherd International School.
The next item this evening is a group song by the Indian music troupe, Rara Venugopabala. This popular Swarajati, with its pleasing melody in Raga Bilahari, set to Adi Talam, is one of the compositions that students learn when they start lessons in Carnatic music. This song was composed by Pattanam Subramani Iyer and rearranged by Mahesh Raghavan. In today's presentation, we have a new arrangement of this piece that makes it contemporary and peppy by adding a pop tinge. Enjoy this rendition, which is a mixture of tradition and modern music.
सद्गुण जयशीला
सार साक्षात नेरमे मी मारुवाद कोरलेला सार साक्षात
नेरमे मी मारुवाद सद्गुण जयशील रारवेणु गोपाल राजित सद्गुण जयशील
నంద గోపాల నీ విందు పూజాల నీ విందురాల సతమల మదితో ముదమల రగన కెదురుగ గదియల రారవేణు గోపాల రాజిత సద్గుణ జయశీల రారవేణు గోపాల రాజిత సద్గుణ జయశీల
పలుమారునుగా రవముననిన్ పిలచిన పలుకగు నలుకకురా కరివరదా మరి మరినా అదరము గ్రో లరకని కరము గరా రవేణు గోపాల రారవేణు గోపాల రారవేణు గోపాల రారవేణు గోపాల
రా నగరరా మురహరరా భవహరరా వేరా
ఈ మగువను ఈ లలనను ఈ సొగసిని చేకోరా కోరికలింపొందా ఎందము నీ ఎంద చేరను నీ చెంత మరువకురా కరములచే మరి మరి నిన్ను శరణని రారవేణు గోపాల రారవేణు గోపాల రారవేణు గోపాల రాజిత సద్గుణ జయశీల రారవేణు గోపాల రాజిత సద్గుణ జయశీల
Yoga is a spiritual discipline based on an extremely subtle science which focuses on bringing harmony between mind and body. Our students will now present formations that showcase the various aspects of the 5 elements of nature. Everything in nature is made up of 5 basic elements: earth, water, fire, air, and space. Knowledge of the 5 elements allows a yogi to understand the laws of nature and to use yoga to attain greater health, power, knowledge, wisdom, and happiness. We present to you a glimpse of our students' efforts performing yogasanas depicting the various aspects of the 5 elements of nature.
తాహత జంతరి దే తా జంతరి గిట తకది దే 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 తాహత జంతరి దే తా జంతరి గిట తకది దే
The senior choir will be now performing a light-hearted piece, Don't Worry, Be Happy, by Bobby McFerrin. This song won him the 1989 Grammy Award for Best Song of the Year. Through this performance, our students hope to help each one of us escape the worries of this world as they leave us with our feet tapping and fingers snapping. Don't worry, be happy.
Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry. Be happy. In every life we have some trouble. But when you worry, make it double. Don't worry. Be happy. Ain't got no cash, ain't got no style, ain't got no gal to make you smile. Don't worry, be happy. When you worry, your face will frown, and that will bring everybody down. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy now. Here's a little song I wrote. I hope you learned it note for note. Don't worry, be happy. Listen to what I say. In every life we have some trouble, but when you worry, you make it double. Don't worry, be happy.
Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy now.
Look at me, I'm not worried. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy now.
Don't worry, be happy.
I invite Mrs. Sarah Jacob to express her gratitude on behalf of the school.
Good morning, everyone. I have been given the great pleasure of extending the vote of thanks on behalf of all of us here at GSIS to everyone who has joined us virtually to celebrate our 45th Founders' Day. This has been such a wonderful occasion and a celebration of a very special day in all our hearts. For the last 45 years, we have celebrated the birthday of our beloved co-founder and principal, the late Dr. P.C. Thomas, with 2 days of events and performances by our very talented students, who never fail to amaze us with their dancing and singing and march past and band and theatrical performances. Unfortunately, as much as we wanted to mark this occasion with the pomp and splendor in person, the prevailing pandemic continues to make things difficult for us. I am so grateful to all our staff and students who toiled on and didn't let the pandemic slow us down, and instead put on such a wonderful show for us virtually to enjoy. I have had the distinct pleasure of attending many Founders' Day celebrations at GSIS since I was a little girl. And whether we are in person or online, I have to say, our children always triumph and put on the most spectacular show for everyone. I would like to thank our esteemed chief guest, Dr. S. Narayan, for his inspiring words to our children. What an honor it is to have you with us, sir. You are the most brilliant scholar who addresses and advises governments and leaders in our country and mentors teachers and students the world over. We are so grateful that you are now a part of the GSIS family, and we thank you for your insightful and very relevant words of advice to our students about the short and long-term effects of the pandemic on our educational system. Children the world over, but especially in India, have struggled to keep up with what is required and expected of them in their learning. Online education may have been resorted to, but it can never replace the face-to-face interaction and personal attention from the teacher that can only happen when we are all in school and in the right learning atmosphere. At GSIS, we are taking this very seriously, and our teachers are working extremely hard to get the children back to the standards of excellence in learning and overall development they were at before the pandemic robbed them of almost 18 months of their structured and carefully planned out schedules. Our children need this, as you have rightly said, for their short-term growth and even more so for their long-term development and future. They need to develop the hands-on skills to go forth and make a good livelihood, the social skills and the social consciousness to go out into this world and be all-round capable human beings and contributors to society. As a school leader and as a parent myself, this is a huge focus of mine and of all the teachers and mentors at our school. Thank you once again, sir. We look forward to your support and guidance as we lead the school forward. Thank you to our principal, Mrs. Sheila Alexander, for your steadfast hand in leading us all and for your 35 years of dedicated service and leadership at this school. We would be lost without you, ma'am. And thank you to my beloved mother-in-law, Mrs. Elsima Thomas, our co-founder and senior vice president, who has been planning and executing Founders' Day to perfection from the very first year we celebrated this occasion. Hats off to you, Mummy. You are the most resilient, hardworking, never complaining person I know. You are always ready to give anything for the good of the institution, and I can only dream of being able to accomplish even a tiny fraction of what you have given to this family and this institution. You are the heart and soul of this large and extended family. My heartfelt thanks to all the teachers who have put in so much work over and above their already packed and busy schedules at school to bring out the talents and the fantastic performances in our students. It has not been easy coordinating all of this with so many children not being present on campus and the many hiccups we have faced along the way. I want to especially thank the co-curricular department led by Mr. Dominic Hurst. His team really takes over during this time of year and works all kinds of hours to get this show on. All this technical excellence and recordings would not be possible without our very talented media and photography team, who have worked day and night with every department to photograph, videograph, and put all the performances together in perfect synchrony. What makes me so proud is whether we are in the midst of a pandemic or in regular times. GSIS has always put on every show, celebrated every occasion, and marked every important day in the year with splendid entertainment from our children. This truly showcases to me how much hard work our staff and students put in to make this happen. It is not easy, and sometimes down to the nails before we can put on the final show. But we always get it done, and for that, I am eternally grateful to our team and our students. You always make us proud, and you always come out on top. And finally, thank you to our president, Mr. Jacob Thomas, who has filled the very large and very daunting shoes of his father. He has led us steadily throughout this past year and a half. He has been so blessed by God to be given the opportunity to work towards fulfilling the dreams and the legacy of his parents, who always wanted to provide the children with a world-class education in an atmosphere that is conducive to the all-round mental, physical, and emotional development of a child. There is not a day that goes by when he doesn't do us proud. We rest easy knowing he is at the helm with the continuous blessings of our Good Shepherd. Thank you to all of you who call GSIS your home and look at us as your family. We are truly honored to be a part of this team. May God bless us all, and may God bless the school. Thank you.
We have come to the end of the Founders' Day celebrations. Please rise for the school anthem.
Sing your praise with grateful hearts, dear school, our joy and pride. In virtues raise we forward not, in truth trust strive always. Come shepherds, let's sing in glee, our alma mater true. And while we chase our rainbow dreams, our thoughts come back to you. Oh, brightest light, did you we behold? Oh, garden of light, our dreams unfold. Oh, brightest light, did you we behold? Oh, garden of light, our dreams unfold. We strive for knowledge.